Global Citizens Assignment 3 Communications 2000 presented by Lucanita Buzzati. Media Overview. The Heart 5 by Kendrick Lamar is a hip hop song released in 2025. The music video connects really well to the UN's Global Goal 16. Kendrick Lamar performs in front of the camera in a stark environment, while his face is digitally altered to resemble a number of prominent black public figures, such as athletes, entertainers, and activists. Kendrick considers violence, celebrity trauma, responsibility, and surviving in black communities as the song goes on. Instead of focusing on fast paced images, the video emphasizes the words and the emotional weight behind them by relying significantly on face expressions, eye contact, and stillness. Viewers are forced to consciously evaluate whose voice is being represented at any given time, as a result of abrupt facial changes, which prompt them to consider perspective and meaning. Term 1 Interpretation. Interpretation is the process of giving meaning to information in order to facilitate understanding. The term is found on page 157 of the McGraw Hill Communications Matters textbook. An example from the textbook for this term is when a friend says that it is beautiful outside, and based on her tone and facial expressions, you interpret that she's being sincere. In the music video, during the time frame of 38 seconds to 1 minute and 12 seconds, the term interpretation is a tool that is used when viewers watch the segment. As Kendrick Lamar continues to rap, his face quickly changes into other well known public characters without any explanation or pause. Viewers must interpret who is speaking at the particular moment and what viewpoint is being portrayed, because the lyrics remain consistent, yet the speaker's identity varies. Global Goal 16 emphasizes equal treatment for all people. The music video tries to show how interpretation is not neutral, and governments tend to interpret the same things differently based on race, religion, and status. Term 2 Noise. Noise is defined as anything that can distract people from listening to something. Noise can come in many forms, such as physical noise, like sound barriers, physiological noise, such as fatigue, semantic noise, such as language barriers, or psychological noise, such as mental biases or pre-made opinions. And lastly, cultural noise, as cultures can be very different and that can impact how we retain information. An example from the McGraw Hill Communication Matters textbook, on page 160, the example is how it can be difficult to listen to a partner, for example, while the TV is on, because the noise from the TV can be very distracting. In the music video, from 1 minute and 46 seconds to 2 minutes and 15 seconds, noise is demonstrated by the changing faces and expressions. This is an example of psychological noise, as it can throw viewers off and distract them from listening to the message. This ties into the UN Global Goal 16, because part of the goal is to ensure truthful information to all people and to make sure we prevent the misinformation that can be spread by governments and large institutions. The video highlights a crucial obstacle to accomplishing Goal 16 by demonstrating how easily a message can be distorted by noise, and justice cannot be served when noise overpowers speech. Term 3 Stonewalling. Stonewalling is defined as responding to communication with silence and no reaction or acknowledgement of understanding and care. An example shown in the McGraw Hill Communications Matters textbook is on page 158. The example is when a person has no interest in what the other is trying to communicate. In the music video, from 3 minutes and 28 seconds to 4 minutes and 35 seconds, stonewalling is demonstrated. As Kendrick Lamar continues to portray his message, there is no change, no reaction, and no acknowledgement from a third party. Furthermore, the lack of cuts or interactions create the sense that Kendrick Lamar is merely speaking to a wall. This moment shows how power structures and institutions frequently fail to react to demands for justice. Kendrick discusses suffering, loss, and accountability in an open manner, yet the video provides no response, which supports the notion that these topics are usually addressed with avoidance or resistance rather than participation. This is strongly connected to Global Goal 16 as it calls for justice for all and equal treatment for everyone. Conclusion. In conclusion, The Heart 5 by Kendrick Lamar is directly connected to the UN Global Goal 16, as much as it is important to communication terms. The music video illustrates how the three terms I chose are crucial to understand communication and how communication relates to Global Goal 16. The first term, interpretation, is important because it affects how people understand messages. Noise is also very important as it can distract people from listening to cries for help and calls for change when reform is needed. Lastly, stonewalling is important as it is a common course of action taken by large institutions and governments when people complain about injustice, such as police brutality and racism, something that we've seen much of in our country in the past few years.